As you find your seats, I just have a few announcements for you this morning. First of all, if you are a guest with us this morning, we want to say a very special welcome to you. Welcome to worship. We're so excited to have you. If everybody will do us a favor and take out their connection slip and fill that out. It's that little rectangular piece of paper in your bulletin. And if you are a member and none of your information has changed, you can just check your name and hand that in as you make your way forward to receive communion. But if you're a guest, fill out as much information as you feel comfortable with. Phone numbers, emails, those are all very helpful in connecting with you. So we certainly appreciate all of that. If you haven't noticed yet, this is our youth weekend. So we have it twice a year. So we have one in January and one in August here. So we have our youth this morning helping to lead with serving with communion, and up front here serving in their talent with leading in worship. And so we're really excited to have them here. And as part of that, we have a guest speaker with us this morning, Pastor Ed de Blasio and his wife Gloria. We'll just say a very warm welcome to them. And for those of you who don't know him, he's going to share a little bit about himself. But Pastor Ed is with our Sidewalk Sunday School, who reaches out to the community in Edgewood, the Woodbridge community in Edgewood. Miss Mary Lou Roberts is partners with him and has been working with him for the past 10 plus years. So it's really cool to have Pastor Ed here with us today, and we're really excited to hear the message that he will be bringing. Our food closet challenge for this week is pasta, stuffing, or mashed potatoes. And so if you have those lying around, we will certainly appreciate all of those donations, any that we can get. Today, from 1 to 2 p.m., so if you can stick around after the service, there will be a sound workshop here in the sanctuary that Ryan McAllister is going to hold. That's for anybody if you have any technical inclination whatsoever. It's not as intimidating as it sounds, but we really could use some more volunteers for slides and for sound and for filming. And so just any help that we can get with that would be much appreciated. So if you have any inkling whatsoever that you might be able to help with that, please see Ryan after the service. Also, we have a church-wide study that's going to begin on September the 14th, and it's on the book of James. It's going to be a 5-week study, and there are 5 chapters in the book of James, so coincidence? I think not. But the books for those are $8. They are on sale in the narthex, so if you are interested in doing that on your own, or if you're interested in joining a small group, please go to the table in the narthex and pick up your copy of the book for that. There's going to be a free seminar held by Thrivent Financial for women. Specifically, it's called Financial Conversations for Women, and that will be held on Wednesday, September the 11th at 7 p.m. here. And the registration for that is in your bulletin, or there are flyers in the narthex with more information on that. Also, if anybody's here, any of our children or youth that are going back to school this week or next week, and you brought your backpacks, you can go ahead and bring those up and set them at the altar as we pass the peace. So if you have your backpacks with you, we're going to be saying a blessing. You can bring those up to the altar. We're going to say a blessing for those. All right, Robbie's got one. You can make your way forward and bring those up as we begin. And also for that, even if you didn't bring them, we have little tags in the narthex. There's a little red basket at the Welcome Center in the narthex that you can put on your backpack to take with you to school. It's got a little prayer, a little blessing. It's a great reminder that the Lord goes with you in your day, and so we will be reminding you as well. All right. And then last but not least, we have Robbie, if you want to come back up. We have 2 of our youth as part of Youth Weekend. They have something that they would like to share with you. We do a lot of fundraising and support for our youth. They go on mission trips and everything, and so a lot of your support as a congregation has gone to help these youth. So Robbie's just graduated, and he'd like to share a little bit of his testimony.
Hello. My name is Robert Palin. As I reflect on all of the mission trips I've been on, I think about all of the good that we do for the people in their communities. This year, our youth went to Woonsocket up in Rhode Island. We worked on a house whose owner was Miss Lynn. She was so awesome, hanging out with us. She would help us too, like with her own home. The jobs that we do for her that week were fixing the roof, painting the outside of the house, and fixing the frame of her back door. We had such a fun time working, as well as getting to know each other in our crew. When we met that first day, no one knew each other. But at the end of the week, we became friends. Mr. Bob Jones, would you stand up, Mr. Bob Jones, if that's okay? Mr. Bob Jones was my crew leader, and our crew was amazing. They encouraged me They cheered for me, and they made feel me like I was important. Wanted to rename our team Robbie. That was pretty cool. Also, while I was there, during the worship times, I sang with the worship team. I love to sing, as you can see, since, this is unfortunately my last time being part of Chosen because I'm going to be going off to college. It was an awesome time being part of Chosen throughout my life, and I can't wait to see how Chosen will do for their own future. There was a lot of fun pranks that go along with these mission trips, a tradition. Although I didn't get involved, it was fun to watch getting those pranked, as well as those doing the pranking. Like, when my mattress, for some reason, got flipped over. I legit not. I was during the practice, and then my mattress was flipped over, but it was still the same intact. Like, my bed, my blanket, my pillow, all the stuff was underneath the cot. I legit not. It was funny, though. I wish I had a picture of that and I would show it to you, but guess not. I saw God that week through Miss Lynn's actions. She cried because she was so blessed by all that we did. So many people working for the same outcome, spreading God's love through work, song, and devotions. It was an amazing experience. I encourage anyone who hasn't taken that step to go. Try it out for yourselves. I've been on 5 mission trips, and the memories are amazing. So many friends, of which I keep in touch through social media. I am so blessed to have been given the opportunity to show God's love to help others in need. Thank you.
Thank you, Robbie. And I understand, Gabby, you also have something you'd like to share?
So this was my first mission trip, and when I was going into it, I was really nervous. I wasn't sure what it was going to be like, and I wasn't sure what the people were going to be like. I didn't know what to expect, but I had heard so many great stories from so many other people. So when I was there, it all was, the first day, I was really nervous because I didn't know, how I was going to find my crew. I didn't know if I was going to like my crew. I didn't even know, what we were going to do on the house, and I was very nervous that I was going to have to do something on the roof, which I was, luckily I didn't. So my family, the mom of the family, her name was Myrna, and she had one adopted daughter who was 8, and her name was Soli. And in the beginning of the week, she didn't really want to talk to any of us. When we were doing our group devotionals, she would hide in her room and just look at us and watch us through, the crack of her door. And slowly as the week went on, by Wednesday, she was joining us for the devotionals and waving bye as we were pulling out of the driveway. And then by the end of the week, she was hugging all of us, saying goodbye, and she didn't even want to look at us because she didn't want us to leave. She was in tears, and when she came to our group devotional at night, she was so upset, and she didn't want anything to happen. She didn't want us to leave, and it was just such a touching moment because someone who is so young went from not wanting to talk to us at all to wanting to be our friend. And I ended up giving her one of the bracelets that I was wearing, and she the entire night was holding her wrist. She didn't want any of us to leave, which is just such a touching moment to see how God can touch someone like that. And she was just such not common, I didn't expect her to come out of her shell the way she did, but the fact that she did was just such a touching moment. We ended up painting 3 rooms in the house as well as doing a deck that was dry rotted. And by the end of the week, just seeing Myrna's face light up as she walked into her new house, seeing how 5 kids and an adult who had no idea who each other were, seeing how we could work together throughout the week to bring joy to someone through God's love is just so powerful and amazing, and I didn't expect it to be that moving. Thursday night was cry night, and on that night, I realized that I had to let go, and I was a mess that night, but I was staring at the cross that they had in the gym. I spent, I think, 3 hours in that gym just staring at the cross, and I was finally able to let go of everything and give it completely to God. And it just felt so amazing. Like, I can't even describe the feeling. And that's something that not many people have. And the fact that I got it at such a young age was just such an amazing thing. And that week I realized that even the most unexpected people can show you love. Like, we got these things called care cards. And one of my care cards was from this girl, Carly. I had no idea who she was. She opened her care card by saying, "You probably don't know who I am, but you had such a big impact on me this week." I had no idea who she was, but I started crying in the van on the way home because I had no idea that I was having such a big impact on someone. But the fact that I saw that and I got that feedback back from someone was just so surreal, and like that feeling is just amazing. And then being a part of the worship band, I got so close with Kevin, who was the music director. He was telling me that he plays the bass at his church's worship group, and he was not used to singing lead, but he was playing the acoustic guitar, and all week I felt like he was my person, like he was my mission on this trip, aside from building the house and everything. And I felt he was not a very confident person, so I felt like me having a lot of confidence that I could try to help Kevin kind of come out of his shell throughout the week. By the end of the week, he told me how big of an impact that I had on him. He ended up giving me his guitar pick, and he just told me that I should never stop doing music. And I told him that he shouldn't either, that he is such an amazing singer, and the fact that someone who was very shy was able to stand up in front of everyone and lead songs that all of the kids knew, but he didn't know that well. But the fact that he still had the confidence to use God's love to spread the word to everyone was just such a touching thing. And it was really inspirational for me too, especially moving forward and hopefully into a music career. I think that it's definitely a good thing that someone who is so shy was able to come out of his shell through God to spread love and everything. And it was a great week that I'm never going to forget.
Yeah, so that's what all of your support has gone to help these youth and people we don't even know that's impacted. And it's just amazing to see just the transformation every time they go on these trips and they come back, and just the testimonies are really powerful. So we thank you for your support of the youth, and I certainly appreciate that. So thank you guys for sharing.